Hello children, how are you all? Hope you are following the timetable which was given by us. Yeah. Today I will explain you class 8 physical science lesson number 3 synthetic fibers and plastics. Already in the classrooms the teaching started. So without board I will explain you today. Now let me tell you about synthetic fibers. First of all, you know what is a fiber. In your lower class you learned about fiber. It's a thin and long thread-like material. Synthetic fibers are nothing but the fibers which are prepared artificially. So today we are going to learn about 4 synthetic fibers. Those are rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. In today's class we will discuss about some synthetic fibers like these 4 and their uses, properties and advantages of synthetic fibers, disadvantages. First of all, let us discuss about rayon, which is a synthetic fiber. It was prepared at the end of the 19th century. So now it is 21st century. So almost 2 centuries ago it was prepared. It has silky texture. That is the reason it is known as artificial silk. It is cheaper than silk. All the synthetic fibers are definitely cheaper than the natural fibers. It can be woven like silk fibers. So how we weave silk fibers? That same way it can also be woven. It can be dyed in many colors. It can be blended with cotton. We can mix rayon with cotton to prepare blended fibers. It was made from cellulose obtained from wood pulp. So the raw material for the rayon is wood pulp, but still we call it as synthetic fiber. Do you know why we call rayon as synthetic fiber? Because so many processes it has to undergo while preparation. That is the reason it is known as synthetic fiber. Now let us see the uses of rayon. It is used to make fabrics. So the fabrics can be used to make sarees, dress materials, pants, shirts, etc. It is also used to make carpets. It is used to make tire cords. You may wonder how it can be used to make tire cords. Generally tires are prepared by using rubber, you know that. The outer layer is rubber, but for giving strength inside synthetic fibers like rayon is used. Then it is also used to make bandages and surgical dressings. So you know when we use surgical dressings and bandages, when we get any injury to protect from infection, we use them. We discussed about rayon, which is known as artificial silk and its uses. Now the second synthetic fiber we are going to discuss is nylon. It is the first fully synthetic fiber. Okay, so nylon is the first fully synthetic fiber. It was made from chemicals obtained from coal. Even now also we make it. So the raw product to obtain nylon is coal. Now I will tell you how this name was derived. The name nylon was derived from New York and London as it was produced at the same time. So at the same time in both the cities, New York is from USA, you know, London is in UK. So N and Y are taken from New York and LON is taken from London. They gave the name nylon. Now let us see the properties of nylon. It is very, very strong. That is the reason nylon is used in parachute ropes and even for climbing mountains. It is elastic and lustrous also. I think you know you have nylon socks also. You can try to see whether they are elastic or not. Next one is it can be drawn into thin fibers. So it has some peculiarity. We can draw into very thin fibers. That is the reason it is used in bristles of toothbrush also. It is not attacked by moth and fungus. It is not soluble in common solvents. I think you know some common solvents, water, benzene, phenol. It is abrasion resistant. What do you mean by abrasion? Wearing out. If you wear any clothes for a long time, they will be worn out. But it is abrasion resistant. Means it is long lasting. It is wrinkle free. So we don't need to iron them. It is wrinkle free, easy to maintain. Next, it does not absorb water. That is the reason we use nylon cloths in swimwear. If you go out to resorts or rain dance or swimming pool, generally you wear swimsuit, no? It is made up of nylon because it does not absorb water. We discussed the properties of nylon. Now let us see the uses of nylon. It is used to prepare tire cords. I discussed with you. It is used to make fabrics. Various fabrics can be prepared by using nylon and nylon ropes. I think you saw at home, generally we dry the clothes by using ropes, no? Those are made up of nylon. Parachute ropes. I told you they are very, very strong. So parachutes, the ropes must be very, very strong. That is the reason we use nylon ropes. And in fishing nets also. So sometimes big aquatic animals can also be caught by fishing nets. So the net should be made up of a strong fiber. So we use nylon. And one more thing is this nylon does not react with seawater also. And bristles for brushes. So not only toothbrush, even different brushes have bristles. So these are all made up of nylon because nylon can be drawn into very, very, very thin wires. Elastic hosiery. So now you see this is made up of nylon. I can stretch it. It is elastic hosiery. Some machine parts. So some small machines like, see, you can see this. So generally nylon machine parts are of this color. Small machine parts can be made up of nylon because of the strength. Next, for making neckties. Nylon is used to prepare neckties and as well as socks. Now, let us see the uses of nylon once again. To prepare tire cords, fabrics, ropes, parachute ropes, fishing nets, bristles of various brushes, elastic hosiery, some machine parts, neckties and socks. These are the uses of nylon. Our third synthetic fiber is polyester. It is the polymer prepared from esters. The name itself suggests you polyester. You know that polymer is a big molecule. So many ester components make one polymer molecule. Example, terylene, Dacron and terene. It easily blends with other fibers. This polyester has a capacity to mix with other fibers easily. Now, terylene, terrywool, terrycot, these are all examples. Now you see here, terylene plus cotton gives rise to terrycot. Means terrycot is prepared from terylene as well as cotton. So by blending these two fibers, we obtain terrycot. Terry from terylene, COT cot from cotton, terrycot. Similarly, terrywool. It is prepared by blending terylene and wool. Terry from terylene and wool, terrywool. This is about polyester. Now I will tell you what are esters. Esters are sweet smelling compounds. You find esters in perfumes and some essential oils also. PET is also a polyester product. It is used to make jars and bottles. In your kitchen you can find out. So next time if you go to kitchen, just see in water bottles or containers, you just see the bottom if it has the word PET. PET means polyethylene terephthalate. So it is a polyester compound. Now I will show you some containers which have the symbol, which have the word PET at the bottom. This is a bottle which is made up of PET. If you look at the bottom of the container, you will find PET. Now I will show you one more container. This is one more container which is made up of PET. You can see clearly here PET. It is a polyester product. Now let us see some properties of polyester, a fabric. It lasts longer. It is very, very, very durable. Generally all the synthetic fibers are durable when compared with natural fibers. Next, it absorbs very little water. That is the reason they get dried very quickly after washing. They are wrinkle resistant. So since they are wrinkle free, it is very easy to maintain also. They are strong also. So these are some properties of polyester. Now let us see some uses of polyester. It is used to prepare sarees, dress materials. So like other fabrics, it can also be used to prepare such materials. Now polyester is also used to prepare cotton cloth. Blended fibers like polycot. Just now I explained you what is a blended fiber. If you mix two or more fibers, we call them blended fibers. So it has polyester as well as cotton. It is also used to prepare water hoses for firefighting. You know that near fire there will be so much heat. So this particular fiber will not be affected by heat. That is the reason it is used to prepare firefighting hose pipes. Then it is also used to prepare sails for sailboat. It will not be affected in the harsh weather with seawater. So it is used to prepare sails. It is also used to prepare conveyor belts. You must have seen in the airports, in the shopping malls when you when people ask you to give your bags for checking, you must have seen conveyor belt. They are very strong. So this polyester is used to prepare conveyor belt. Well, we will move to the fourth synthetic fiber, acrylic. It has a similar feel like wool. It is cheaper than wool. We can make shawls, sweaters, blankets and carpets with acrylic. See this, children, it is made up of acrylic. So the difference between wool and acrylic is wool is made up of natural fiber, whereas acrylic is a synthetic fiber. And it is light in weight when compared with the natural fiber, but feel is same. It is even cheaper. Yes, children, we discussed about 4 synthetic fibers. Now you must have understood the common properties of synthetic fibers. Let us see what are the characteristics of synthetic fibers in general. They do not get wet. They do not, if they absorb also, they absorb very little water. They dry quickly. Since they don't absorb water, it is easy for us to dry them. They dry very fast. They are durable. They are long lasting. It can be drawn into thin wires. I have shown you the bristles of the toothbrushes. So we can draw them into very thin fibers. They are light in weight. When compared with natural fibers, they are light in weight. They are strong also. They have high tensile strength. I will explain it later. They are cheaper when compared with natural fibers. They are abrasion resistant. Means they are durable. They won't get torn. If you buy a synthetic cloth and a natural cloth, maybe cotton shirt, at the same time and wear the same number of times, the synthetic cloths will not be torn, whereas the cotton shirts or cotton dresses, they will be torn and they will not look good. They will fade away also. Easy to maintain. Since they are wrinkle free, we no need to iron them. It is easy for us to maintain. Children, now I will show you 2 fabrics different. One is natural fabric and the other one is synthetic fabric. Now you can see this is a synthetic fabric. You can see there are no wrinkles here. Now I will show you cotton fabric. Can you see any folds here? Yes. At home also you try to take 2 different fabrics, natural and synthetic, and observe which one has wrinkles. Okay? Children, now you see I have 2 threads. This one is synthetic thread, whereas this one is natural thread, cotton thread. So if you observe very closely, this has shine. I explained you synthetic fibers have more tensile strength. I will tell you what do you mean by tensile strength. Yeah, imagine you have some weight and you hang the weight by using both the threads. In this case, if you use cotton thread, it may break because it may not carry that load. But if you use this thread, it still will not break, so it may carry the load. I am not going to explain about the carrying weight, but I will explain you which one is stronger. Now, see this, children, I have cotton thread now. So if I apply little pressure, it easily broke. Now you see, children, this is a synthetic thread. I am applying force, but still I am not able to break it. It shows you that synthetic fibers are stronger than natural fibers. Well, children, we discussed about the characteristics of synthetic fibers. Now let us see what are the advantages of synthetic fibers. They need little no ironing. Cotton cloths, definitely ironing is required, otherwise they don't look good. But synthetic cloths, even if you don't iron also, they look good. Next, they dry very quickly. Because they don't absorb water, they dry quickly. You can try this at home. Take 2 fabrics, one is made up of synthetic, other one is made up of natural. Try to soak them in water, keep in the sunshine. See which one dries quickly. Obviously, synthetic fabrics dry quickly. They last longer. I explained you they are durable too. They do not shrink. If you buy any cotton fabric, you have to take little bit longer one, little bit bigger size, because the shopkeepers also tell you that they shrink. If you wash for 3-4 times, definitely they shrink. They look short. So we generally go for the little bit bigger size. Whereas synthetic ones we can take exact size because they do not shrink after washing also. Well, we discussed about the advantages of synthetic fibers. Now let us see whether there are any disadvantages are also there or no. there are some disadvantages of synthetic fibers too. Let us discuss now. They do not absorb water. Since they do not absorb water, we feel uncomfortable. You must have experienced if you go to any party or occasion, you generally wear fancy dress, but they are very uncomfortable, especially in hot climate. They melt or burn easily. This is one more disadvantage. That is the reason we should not wear synthetic fibers in the kitchen or near fire or flame. They catch fire very easily, so it is very harmful for us. They produce static electricity and causes skin problems. Children, have you observed any time when you wear synthetic cloth, sometimes you will get the tickling sound, so static electricity is produced. For some people, they won't suit. So, it may cause some skin problems like rashes also. They are non-biodegradable. This is the very dangerous thing about synthetic fibers. Since they are non-biodegradable, they cause lot of pollution to the earth. Children, do you think all the synthetic fibers and all the natural fibers absorb the water in the same way? No. Different fabrics absorb water in different ways. So if you have different fabrics at home, different cloth pieces at home, try to take the same size strips and keep in water at the same time and observe after some time. Now if you see carefully, you will find that different fabrics will have different water level. Means their absorption of water is different. Now you may wonder, how can we know the difference between synthetic fabric and natural fabric? Okay, if you go to shop to buy something, they may offer you, they may show you some fabrics. So you may want to know which one is synthetic, which one is natural. In the shop, some characteristics we cannot observe. Some we may notice by observing or by feeling, but actually burning is a very good technique to understand exactly which type of fabric it is. Now let me tell you some burning characteristics of common synthetic fibers and as well as natural fabrics. Look at this, children. If you burn cotton, it burns vigorously. It immediately burns and it leaves little ash. You can see some ash. If you burn paper, how you observe? The same thing you will observe if you burn cotton fabrics also. Second one, rayon. If you burn rayon fabric, it burns readily, means it burns immediately with smell of burning paper. You may wonder why it burns with smell of burning paper, because the raw product is wood pulp. That is the reason it burns with burning smell of burning paper. Third one is wool and silk. Both of them burn very slowly with smell of burning hair. You may wonder why they burn with smell of burning hair, both wool and silk. Wool is obtained from sheep, whereas silk is obtained from silkworm. Silk is obtained from silkworm. In wool and silk, there is a common component called protein. That is the reason they burn with burning hair smell. Hair is also having protein, you know that. The next fiber is nylon. It shrinks, it forms beads. If you burn nylon, it forms beads and it smells with the, it burns with the smell of burning hair. Now next one is polyester. This also shrinks, it also produces black smoke. When you burn polyester, not only it shrinks, it produces black smoke also. Last one is acrylic. It shrinks, it forms black beads and it also produces sooty flame. You will observe the flame. So these are the general burning characteristics of various fibers. If you have various fibers at home, be careful. Do this activity in the supervision of parents only. Now I am going to show you some burning characteristics of some fabrics whichever I have in my home. Children, now let us see the burning characteristics of some fabrics. Now I have taken cotton thread. Let us see, observe carefully. See, immediately it started burning. No beads are forming. It is burning vigorously, you can see, and a little ash will be formed. These are cotton threads. Now I have taken cotton fabric. Observe, children, it is burning vigorously and leaving little ash. Now this is acrylic cloth. It has the similar feel like wool I have taken a small piece of acrylic cloth. Now let us see after burning. Observe. See children, it is shrinking and forming beads. You can see beads are dropping down slowly. And you can see the flame also, black smoke is also obtained. So this is acrylic. Now we all use cloth to clean our spectacles. Now let us see what is the fabric. I am taking one small piece of this. Let us see the burning characteristics. Observe carefully. See children, it is shrinking. It is shrinking. So it is polyester. Well, children, now you observed the burning characteristics of some fibers, right? I suggest you not to do it at home because it involves fire. Now I am going to explain about the next activity, how twisting makes a fiber stronger. You know that fibers upon twisting change into yarn. Now I will show you cotton fiber. See, this is cotton fiber. If I apply little force, I can easily separate them. Again you watch children, this is cotton fiber. I am just pulling. I can easily separate them. Now the same cotton fiber, you see this, I will twist. Okay. Then let us see whether I can separate the fibers easily or not. Keep watching children. I am trying to twist this cotton fiber. Yeah, I twisted it. Now I will try to pull it. I will try to separate the fibers. Even though I am pulling, I am not able to separate the fibers. So this activity tells you that if we change fibers into yarn by twisting, the strength increases. So we discussed 3 activities. One is absorption with water, second one is burning characteristic, and the third one is how yarn becomes strong upon twisting. Understood? Well children, we discussed about synthetic fibers in this topic. Since I don't have board, I tried to manage with papers. I don't know how far you are able to understand. So whenever you have any doubt, I suggest you to again go back, see the video one more time, try to understand. Okay. So after you watch the entire video, then please go through the textbook, this whole topic, and try to underline, because you will come across with so many new words, so many new scientific terms you will come across. So underline them, try to learn them, right? Then as I have shown you how I prepared concept maps, the same way you please make small concept map in your textbook itself. Example, uses of nylon, one small concept map. Uses of polyester, advantages of synthetic fibers. This will make this will help you to revise. Okay, it will help you later. So do this. Then in this topic, whatever oral questions are given in the textbook, I suggest you to do them. If you have any doubt, again go to the topic, read it, you will be clear. Then try to do the oral questions. Now after this, I am going to give you one worksheet. So try to do this. So take your time. If you don't understand, again go through, again read textbook, try to solve the worksheet. Okay. Now I will give you some more tips which you can do in your free time, that is not related to science. In general, I am going to explain. Okay children? Well children, I am going to give you few things which you can do in your free time. Look here, read newspaper and learn new words and their meanings. If you feel something is interesting, you can cut the paper clippings and you can make collage also. Try to create own riddles, crossword puzzles,
own jokes, and even tongue twisters. You can share with your family and friends also. It will be very interesting, children, if you do something on your own. Next, you can try to write your own poems, own short stories on any topic. You just say what topic you are interested in. So try to write one small poem. It can be of 3 lines, 4 lines, whatever. Very short story also. But try. If you try, you will understand, the result will be very, very satisfying. Okay? You can also learn some simple magic tricks. It will be fun for you. You can perform simple science experiments. Whatever material are available at home, you can use them and do. You can help your mother in drying clothes, folding clothes, and making food without fire, like sandwiches, salads, and in cleaning the house. Cleaning the house means you can clean your cupboards also, switchboards, whatever. You can make your own board games. Now you know some board games. Try to develop your own board games with your own knowledge. It will be definitely fun. You can prepare greeting cards for your dear ones. It can be your mom's birthday or their wedding anniversary, your brother's birthday, your friend's birthday. For the whole year, you can make greeting cards, right? You can make useful articles or toys with waste material. You can also call it as best out of waste project. Practice handwriting. Most of you try to improve your handwriting, not only English, your second language also. Every day try to write at least one paragraph, and at the end of this holidays, definitely there should be some improvement in your handwriting. Draw new diagrams. It need not be science diagrams. Any picture of your choice. You just imagine and try drawing. Your own designs also you can try. Learn your mother tongue. We all know we can speak our mother tongue very fluently, but when it comes for writing, some of you don't know. So please try to learn few basic things, alphabets, small words. Try to learn your mother tongue, mainly in writing. Hope you will follow all these tips, children. Hope you will follow all these tips. See, in the beginning, generally we resist to do something, but definitely when the final product is present, then it will amaze you. I know you are all wonderful children, so please utilize your time productively, and you know the satisfaction will be amazing. Hope you will continue all these things. Take care of yourself. See you soon. Bye children.